But yeah, let's start one at a time. First of all, we got a look on the bright side. I don't even know if any of these actually have combat in them or anything. It might be just proper reuse from the whole way through. March 1207 of the Septian calendar. Prospero liberated, and bows made between Olivier and Sherab, things were finally starting to slow their toll. Starting to slow their roll. There was no better time to take a well-deserved family vacation, so we did just that, a very special destination in mind. The Bright family up in Green Cold Steel's house. I'm happy they actually gave it voiced out at least. I wonder how long that will last. There it is. Sorry, I've just wanted to come here ever since he told us about it. And we couldn't skimp on our first family vacation with you as a bride. How hard it is for Dad to find time these days, Adios knows when we'll get another. We gotta enjoy this to the max. I wish that weren't the case. I hate how little time we get to spend together nowadays. In fact, I can't even remember when we had our last vacation together. And then, when I finally carved out the time for such a lovely occasion, I can't even ditch the uniform. We don't mind. If anything, we've got your work to thank for picking the vacationing spot to pull this off. I'm actually trying to remember... Didn't Cassius drop the general position to become a bracer again? So maybe not. You're going back and forth to Erbonia from Hope to discuss their army's future meant needing somewhere close to work, so... See, everything worked out. I told you they probably wouldn't call you in anyway, right? So don't stress and take it easy. They just didn't want to design comfort clothes for Cassius, our new model for him. Really hope you have a great time with us, friend. Now, if you want to buy any presents for your classmates or anything, just say the word. Oh, really? Well, if you're sure. Is it just me, or do those two still seem kind of awkward around each other? I thought the same thing. They're still being a little distant with one another. We spent so little time together since Ren was adopted. They probably still have some adjusting to do. Hopefully this vacation will give them a chance to bond. I look on the bright side. The Bright family were excited to experience all they could of Ymir, shopping, relaxing in the footbaths, taking in the snow-kissed sights. This eventually led them out into Ymir Valley's edge, where they could see a mighty waterfall. Holy crapoli, got a load of that! I wonder what the Japanese is supposed to be. I've never seen a waterfall so big totally frozen over like this. Likewise, you wouldn't think it was March already. No wonder Baron Schwarzer recommended we come to see it. There's something mystical about this part of the valley, isn't there? Like, the way they write Estelle's dialogue is very funny, it's very strange. Look at that monument. That says to me this area has a lot of history. I imagine it's a vestige of old animism. From what I learned in Erin Village, it could be used to access the spirit path. Achoo! You okay there, Ren? You're in the most rest for the weather. Here, I'll lend you my jacket for a few. I'll be fine, thank you. The long walk up here kept me from getting too cold. I just need to move around a bit more. I'm sure I'll warm up in no time. Well, if you're sure. Oh, to be young again. I'm layered to high heaven and all my limbs are still going numb. Well, my metabolism is much better than yours. Hey, talk about a cheap shot. I've been itching to a good snowball fight going since I got here. I believe someone just said something about warming up through physical activity. I'm here in uniform today, so I can't play around too much. Or can't I? Oh, so there's some fire in that valley. It's not as though anyone's around. I accept your challenge. Lead a walker to get back to Ymir once I'm through with you. Prepare yourself for a snowdown throwdown. You sure they aren't both children? Neither of them takes well to losing, that's for sure. But it's nice to see Dad showing love in his signature awkward way. I suppose you're right. I do like that aspect of him. They're so alike in that regard. Hey, easy. Less talking, more pelting. I'd really rather not. I don't want my clothes getting dirty. Ooh, don't be such a spoil sport. You're welcome to all come at me if you think you can win. Estelle doesn't stand a chance on her own. Oh, you're so in for it now. We'll see who doesn't stand a chance once you've got a mouthful of snow. Uh-oh. This is not ideal. Wait, is there gameplay in these? I don't think he's going to accept your apology. I kind of started this, but we can't have him causing a scene here. Here we go again. See if you can subdue him, but don't hurt him more than necessary. I know. Off-screen battle? Off-screen battle. My, it sounds like you've had quite the day already. I can't believe you were able to tame that boar. That one's a relatively recent arrival on the mountain. He's quite aggressive and always seems to be on edge. He startled quite a few passerby before this, so I was beginning to think something needed to be done. But I should never have introduced you to the place knowing such a danger was present. You have my deepest apologies. But please also accept my heartfelt thanks on behalf of all of Ymir for calming him. I am deeply grateful. Does calming him mean beating the shit out of him? That's probably what happened, but perhaps I should have expected no less from the children of the legendary Brigadier General Cassius Bright. Oh, it was nothing, really. Seriously, please don't thank us. That poor boar never would have come over if I hadn't smacked him in the face with a snowball. All we did was calm him down and see to his wounds. Speaking of wounds, he clearly had a lot of them before our fight. If he really was a recent arrival to the area, it might have been a turf war with the other boars that put him on edge. Hopefully he'll start being a little calmer now. I hope so. We'll keep an eye out either way. But please, do get started on your food. I wouldn't want to get it cold. Oh, thank you. You don't need to tell me twice. I'm starving. I'll say. I never thought the day would come when I would be able to drink with the famous Cassius Bright. I hear you personally taught my son as a fellow Aid Leaves practitioner, too. It's really an honor to have you in our household. All I did was give him a gentle push in the right direction. It was his strength that let him achieve what he did. And while I might have a high rank in the army, I can't say the same for my position within my family. I spent so much of my time working, I barely have any to spare for them. I can only imagine, being the head of an entire nation's army must come with no small number of hardships. I guess he never did leave that position. On a related note, with the power balance on the continent changing so significantly, there's much I would like to discuss. We came here on a family vacation, so what say we leave such serious talk for another time? I think that would be for the best. On another matter, I hear that you are an avid angler as well as a hunter. Are there any particular fishing spots you would recommend in Ymir? Ah, fellow fisherman, are you? I quite enjoy going upstream in the valley and opening a hole in the ice, myself. Now there's an interesting idea. Those who certainly hit it off quickly. Roland might not have as much natural beauty as Ymir, but it still has its fair share. Perhaps that fact's helping them bond. I mean, we all got along great with Reen, too, so maybe you're onto something. You know, it's so weird thinking of how my perception of Arbonia's changed over the years. Back in Liberal, it used to feel like this scary place really far away. But now it feels so close and dear to my heart. Yeah, I never thought we'd come to live in times like these either. We lost a lot along the way, but I'm glad we can finally live together in peace like this. Together, we enjoyed a delicious meal as we told stories about Reen in Class 7. And before we knew it, it had gotten late, so we returned to the Phoenix Wings and went for a soak in the hot springs. I can feel the stiffness in my back and shoulders from all that work melting away. You've really been busy lately, huh? Although I'm not surprised. Having to handle rebuilding after the war and matters related to Crossbow at the same time can't be easy. I'm playing a part in the discussions about Crossbow's independence with Princess Claudia, too. Speaking of whom, it's incredible just how dependable she's become. During the international conference a while back, the new president of Calvard was constantly trying to assert his dominance. But she was just as capable as Prince Olivert and Princess Alphen in keeping him in check. I'm glad they're all giving everything their best. President Gramhart seems like he'll be a formidable adversary then. Without a doubt, he's at least as cunning as President Rocksmith, if not more so. Thinking of this continent's future makes me more than a little uneasy, I'll tell you that. It's not just Calvard either. There are still worrying signs here in Erebonia. To say nothing of the fact we haven't heard from Ouroboros in a while. With the Phantasmal Blaze plan over, they're probably getting ready for their next move. They've had some personnel shakeups too, so we probably don't have to concern ourselves with them in the short term. But I'm sure they'll be back. Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for long, unfortunately. Oh, I wish I had a bit more time to relax. Even if I do have a lot to worry about, it hurts that the only time I can make for my family is between jobs like this. I haven't had much time to talk to Ren either, and always feel kept at arm's length when I do. I haven't been able to give you all the attention you deserve. I really want to, going forward. I believe I speak for everyone when I say we'd love that. I don't think you need to worry too much about things with Ren, though. Right now we're just not used to one another, so you're both uncomfortable letting the other get too close. As long as you don't give up, the wall between you will break on its own before long. I'm sure of it. You really have matured, Joshua. I hope you're right. Ren's part of our family now, so I want her to feel like it. Incidentally, when are you and Estelle planning on getting married? Where did that come from? All this talk of families just reminded me. When I saw Sherazard all gussied up, it made me want to see my daughter like that one day too. So I wondered if maybe there was something holding you two back. Well, can I get an answer? So, as much as it would pain me, if you were to marry into the family, I could allow that. Is this really the best time for this discussion? You just can't beat a good hot spring, not even with a stick. It's like my whole body's on an express flight to Relaxville. There's no way she wrote that. They wrote that in Japanese. The scenery's got so pretty. Sorry, the scenery's so pretty too. I have got to bring Tita here one day. I see what you mean. The hot springs in Elmo and Erin were lovely too. But the way this hot spring incorporates elements of both Erebonian and Eastern culture is really something special. I'm so jealous you got to try the ones at Erin. I never got to go in the end. The idea of a little bath in a hidden village is so dreamy. I'll have to get someone to take me one day. How about we go to Erin for our next family vacation then? That would be even harder to organize than this one was, but wouldn't it be nice if we could? ... No, it's nothing. It's just the fact that I'm on a family vacation at all. Sorry, it's just that the fact I'm on a family vacation at all hasn't fully sunk in yet. I think I finally understand why the Hayworths don't get bored of going to Meshalam all the time. So that's what it was. Well, don't you worry, because the fun times we'll be having together are only just getting revved up. We've got that meal with Harold's family to look forward to, haven't we? That's true. I'm going to have to tell them about you hitting that board with a snowball. Please don't bring that up and embarrass me. I feel like people are finally starting to think of me as an adult, and that'll ruin it. It's so in character for you, though. By the way, you and Joshua are going to Crossbow soon, right? Does that have anything to do with the consulates Erebonia and Calvard plan to open there? Yeah, we were asked to escort the secretaries who will be working at them safely into Crossbow. It was a direct request from Ambassadors Cochrane and Cranag, too. How do you even pronounce those names? So we've got to do a good job of it. Oh, I see. Seems like I'll be best acting on my own after all, then. That message Grandpa George managed to get to me has me rather concerned. Oh, this might be... before the events in Crossville, I guess. They were mentioning something about events in Crossville, but they might have just been referring to the first signing ceremony that got interrupted and launched the whole plot to this game. You know, Ren, there's something I've been meaning to say to you. Oh? What would that be? I've known you for a long time now, so I know how special you are, and how much of a genius you are too. I know there's anything in this world you couldn't accomplish if you put your mind to it. I swear you've shut up a few reg too. You noticed, huh? I hope you're ready for me to become far prettier than you'll ever be. Pains me to let that go, but prettiness isn't the issue here. What I'm trying to say is, I know I don't need to worry about you too much, because you can take care of yourself. But please don't feel like you need to handle all your problems on your own, okay? You're a little sister, and Joshua and I care a lot about you. Don't worry, I'm well aware. If I really need help, I'll let you know. I'm sure you wouldn't hesitate to come to my aid, wherever you are. Naturally. I'm sure Dad feels the same way too. About that. What's going on here, gals? Can your old dad join in? Look who just showed up uninvited. Only a real boor would interrupt two ladies having a private conversation. You might want to rethink your behavior before all the women of the world start hating you. My daughter's words are like daggers to my heart. Is that gunfire? It sounds like it's a little ways from the village. There's still cause for concern. We should go investigate. I didn't expect all of you to show up. It's not like we could just ignore the sound of gunfire. Do you know what's going on? Not yet, but there seems to be a battle going on in the valley. Occasionally, you can hear the sounds of a boar's cry amidst the gunfire too. There's no sign the village is in any danger so far. I guess poachers, maybe. But isn't something we can ignore. Could we ask you to stay in Ymir for now until we know it's safe? Though it seems like automatic automatic gunfire, so would hunters use that? Your consideration is appreciated, but we're no ordinary tourists. We'll take care of the investigation. Could you make sure everyone in the village is ready to evacuate in the meantime? But you know, you're probably right. This is a task best left to bracers. But as long as you're here, you're our guests, so please take care. Will do. This time I won't stand idly by. We need to repay our hosts for their generosity, after all. Naturally, that goes for me too. We're counting on you both. Gilbert! Get out of the way, you big dumb boar! What is this jobber doing here? Give me a break. You must know you can't hurt me by now. Just get lost. That's enough. I thought so. It would be you again, wouldn't it? What are you even doing here? It's still bright. Why are you here? And why do you have two ex-enforcers and Cassius Pride with you? I feel like we're going to be running into you for the rest of our days. If it isn't Gilbert Stein, steward of the former mayor of Rouen. You're still wanted and liberal, I'll have you know. We just finished making you better, and now you're all hurt again. Run along now, okay? As for you, I'd heard you were shot down with your ship last year, but you just keep coming back like an irritating little weed, don't you? How dare you call me a weed? I'm more like a dandelion that can grow anywhere, even in the most arid desert. Wait, that's not a very cool metaphor. Just pretend I said something dramatic and awesome, alright? Why don't you express the wordplay and tell us what the heck you're doing here? And why you're attacking that poor boar? It was just out here trying to live its life. I'll have you know that he attacked me first. I was doing some shooting practice when he showed up out of nowhere. Why must my life be so full of woe? I wouldn't even bother with a stupid place like this if I didn't need to knock that smug rookie down a peg. Oh, this is after the Fallen Prince daydream. I don't even know what you're rambling about anymore. But this is a place of natural beauty. You can't use it for target practice. Wait, so that's why. Yeah, I imagine that boar was fighting to protect his territory. Anyway, you've done enough damage already. Surrender and come quietly, Gilbert. Why don't you get out of that machine so that we can talk? As if! There's no way I'm coming out! This is bad. I don't like my odds against two enforcers. Never mind Cassius Bright. Can I get out of this with my usual pretending to beg for forgiveness act? No, they're not gonna fall for that. I've done it too often. Oh, why am I even worried? If that rampaging boar couldn't overcome my defenses, what chances do they have? And I can fly! And if I beat Cassius Bright, Ouroboros will totally make me an enforcer on the spot. Oh, this idiot. You just try and beat me. You're gonna regret ever challenging the great Gilbert Stein. Yeah, we'll see about that. Come on, Joshua. Hahaha, see, you can't even scratch me. The heck? Since when was this thing so tough? That barrier is extremely powerful. All that time spent kissing Professor Novartis' ass paid off when he added this feature to my Geopache. Now it's invincible! No one can get through this barrier. Not X-Enforcers, not Cassius Bright. Can you shoot through it? Or are you just kind of bubbled in? I'm going to enjoy slowly filling you powerless fools full of lead. Okay, I'm calling shenanigans. Either way, he's not wrong that it's going to be difficult to penetrate. Unfortunately so. A high-density barrier like that could repel even a point-blank shot from a cannon. I don't remember that Geopache being able to generate this much energy, which means... Oops, out of battery. Where'd my barrier go? And, Ow, ow, ow! Why is this thing so hot all of a sudden? Orbital engine, 278% overcapacity. Activating self-destruct. What? I think it's going berserk. It's not gonna blow up, is it? I'm afraid it looks like that way. The craft's orbital engine was never meant to power such a potent barrier. Could the professor's mind have been elsewhere when you begged him to add that? He did a very shoddy job. This can't be happening! We can't let it detonate on a snowy mountain like this. I like that their concern isn't that they don't want him to die. It could cause an avalanche. I'm with you there. We gotta stop it from exploding so no harm comes to Ymir. Leave these to me. I'll launch that craft high into the air so it can explode somewhere safer. I can even do that. That won't be easy even for you, surely. Ha, this is nothing. We'll need some time to gather the energy for it. It's going to be a gamble whether I can direct it somewhere it can explode safely, but I'm sure I can pull it off. It's times like these, when I've got to be a dad you can be proud of. We believe in you. I'm not opposed to a gamble, but I can help you make your odds a little better. Well, I'm helping buy time. I'll use the valley's terrain and climate to calculate the safest place for it to detonate. Perfect, I'm counting on you then. Can you two help her buy time? They keep adding like weird expressions and puns for their... I'm pretty sure she didn't say anything about snow angels. Oh, there's a fight. Would you look at that? He still has that super angry face. Wait, what? Why did that turn into an attack? I was just looking at my crafts. Can probably spread them out now. Oh, she was only 21. Whoops. Critical mode. And it doesn't seem to have much left. Uh-oh. Are we dying? Or are you still fighting us while blowing up? Oh, that did damage, damn. Oh well. God, do what I say, useless lump of metal! God, spare me! Dad, Ren, it's up to you now. The safest location to detonate it is at 9 o'clock. Got it, leave this to me. You've got this. I believe in you, Cassius' dad. I read that really poorly, huh? Whether it's Cassius or something else, I'm just happy you think of me as family. But I have to admit, you calling me dad does get me a lot more fired up. Ha! Let me see Gilbert's face. Oh no. Team Rocket flying off again! Oh, he didn't become a star. I wanted him to become a twinkle in the sky. Wow, you really blasted his ass right out of here. With no sign of an avalanche either. Never give up! I knew you could do it, Dad. You can be pretty cool sometimes. Phew, well, I could have done that in my sleep, haha. But I owe most of it to Ren, really. Old man Cassius. It's okay if you keep calling me Dad, you know? I think the wall between them finally came down. That's another problem solved. With that, peace was once again restored to Ymir. We made our way to Gilbert's crash site just to be sure, but we couldn't find him or his archivism. If only I could believe for even a second that was the last we'd seen of him. They're like, man, I wish he died. After that, we found the injured boar and nursed him back to health before returning to town. Martin Schwarzer offered us a more formal reward for the help. We were just doing what was right, so we turned him down. Then, before we knew it, the day was over, and our happy vacation came to an end. With hands full of souvenirs the Baron and Lady insisted on in lieu of a reward, we huddled to say our final farewells. I didn't think there'd be gameplay. Thank you both so much. We had so much fun here. I'm really sad to have to say goodbye. Please, after all you've done, we should be throwing you a parade. We were supposed to be on vacation, and you still did so much to help us. I don't feel as though we gave you the welcome you truly deserved, given all that you have done for our son. Not at all. We're extremely gracious hosts. From my family to yours, we're incredibly grateful you allowed us to take such a wonderful vacation. Oh, of the hiccups. Yeah, if anything, we like a little excitement in our lives. I can say for certain that we were never bored, and it was our pleasure to get to help Reen's hometown. We've made some great memories here too. I'm delighted you all feel that way. You're all welcome to return anytime you please. We'll have springs and food waiting for you. You mean it? We'll have to bring all our friends next time. Thank you again for everything. Please give our regards to our Ashen friend and his sister too. What a lovely family they are. I couldn't agree more. They seem to brighten their surroundings just by being there. I'd heard nothing but good things about them, of course, but the rumors were easily surpassed. I quite agree. I hope we can meet them again one day. Daydream, I look on the bright side, end. True Tammo gem. Okay. And towels. I guess they were missing them.